Lesson 31, page 40. On this page, it talks about the 5-7 chord in the D 5-finger pattern. The 5-7 chord in D has 4 notes, A, C sharp, E, and G. Only 2 notes of the chord G and A, played as a second, will be used to play a 5-7 sound in this book. So the 5-7 sound is, 5-7 stands for dominant 7. And the way this works is if we're in the key of D major, if we're in the D major 5-finger pattern, D is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. But the main thing is that D is 1. Now if I call D, that's called the tonic. And then if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I go to A, that's the 5th scale degree. That's what the 5 represents. The 5 represents the 5th degree of that scale. Again, the D scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I play a chord on that A note, that is the A major chord. That is called the dominant chord in the key of D. The D major chord is the tonic chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That chord is called the dominant, or the 5 chord, okay? Now what often happens with the 5 chord is you have an extra note added to it, which is 7 steps above the root of the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has the dominant chord plus a 7th added. That's a 7th, right? So we call this the 5-7. Now on piano, that's a lot of notes to kind of stretches your hand out. So a lot of times on piano, they get rid of the notes in the middle, leave those out, and just play these notes to get the 5-7 sound. It kind of sounds like it. Now what often happens is that G, instead of being this far apart, is placed down here. So instead of playing this, you just do that. Or you just do this with either of your hand, maybe your left hand or the right hand. So that is called the 5-7. Here's the 1, here's the 5-7, and here's the 1. And those are very common chord changes that you'll see in a lot of music. So let's play the autograph, and there are places where we're going to be playing that dominant 7 chord here. Okay? So let's try this from the very beginning. All right. D major 5-finger pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 5. There's the dominant 7. Thirteen. So there was some moving around that we had to do, that we're in this basic position like this, and there were some places where we had to move our hand a little bit. Like at the end, we had to move this up to here, and then we had to move down to there at the very end. That's from the ending there. There was also a place, if you look at measure 31, you have to go up to an E minor chord like that. And so it's a pretty easy move to make. You might want to practice that a bunch of times, going back and forth from D major to E minor. D major to E minor. There's no need to look at that. You can just kind of move very easily between those 2 chords. So I would do that a bunch of times before you play this. And there's also that same thing happens again at measure 15. So here's 13. Then you go to the E minor chord here, see? So you might want to practice that line, that first line of page 41, several times. And then play the whole thing after you practice those spots a lot. Let's go on to some other parts of music here. This is lesson 31, page 26 to 27 in this book. The answering machine. So on this one, if we look at the ending there, the pedal's going to come down. So that pedal comes down, and then it comes up at the end right here on the word beep, and your left hand has to come over the top like this. That's when the pedal comes up. As soon as you play that D, your pedal comes up at the same time like this. So here's the ending. If we look at the ending right there. So 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's do that again. Ready, go. 3, 4, pedal comes up. Okay. There's another place, if you look over here at 23, where you're going to cross over that A to play B flat. So here's measure 21. See that? That's 23. B flat. Then back to A. There's the 5-7, right? So again, there's the 5-7 chord that you can see there at the end with this, right? And a little bit of crossing over like that to that B flat. That happens a lot here. Let's play this from the beginning, the answering machine. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm slowing down there because of the ritardando, and there's a fermata. I'm going to hold it longer. Pedal comes up now, back to the tempo. Move to C position here. Back to D position. Okay, so take a look at measure 18. Here's 18. We're going to be like this. Rest. Now just move to C position. See? Again, it's really important that you don't look down here. Now feel back up for 21. See? Let's try that again. From 18, here's 18. And 19, we're just going to slide to C position. And then at 21, we go back to the D major 5-finger pattern. Let's try that. From 18, ready, go. Slide down, soft here too. Now go back to D major. And pedal comes up at the end.